What's going on, guys? So 2025 is going to be the 40th anniversary of the release of the original Super Mario Bros. And I'm pretty excited to see what they're cooking up. Now, at the time of this recording, we don't know what Nintendo's plans are for the 40th anniversary, but I thought it'd be fun to take a look back at the way they've celebrated the series' milestones over the years. And I'm really focusing more on the special releases that had come out around these times, and not just the regular game releases. So I grabbed some of these Super Mario Bros. Anniversary items out of my collection and just wanted to go over them and some other things that Nintendo's done over the years. So if you guys like this video and want to stick around to see more of my collection or just videos like this, it'd really help out a lot if you leave a like and subscribe. Alright, let's jump into it. So I'm going to be focusing mainly on the games that were released for each of the celebrated anniversaries. And Nintendo really didn't start to acknowledge or celebrate the anniversaries for Super Mario Bros. Until 2005, with the start of the Happy Mario 20th event in Japan. So one of the first things I have to show off here is the Famicom miniseries Super Mario Bros. Game. Now I picked this up on eBay pretty recently because even though I was very much alive and had a Game Boy Advance in 2005, I did not grow up in Japan. We got a localized version of this here as classic NES series Super Mario Bros., but it's not quite the same. The Famicom miniseries did a lot more to celebrate the history of these games by including a lot more details with the boxes, and the Famicom series had way more games than the classic NES series we got. So this Super Mario Bros. Entry originally came out in 2004, but was re-released on September 14th, 2005 to coincide with the game's original release. So if we compare it to this copy of The Legend of Zelda that I have from the same series, it has a little emblem on it that says Origin of our TV games and a Mario peace sign. The special Happy Mario 20th version has the event's logo on the front instead of that peace sign. And if you haven't noticed by now, the packaging has a lot of that original Famicom aesthetic, right down to the box holding the cartridge being a replica of the original Famicom box. Now mine has a little bit of wear, but it doesn't look that bad when it's still in the box, so I don't really mind. The cartridge too is inspired by the Famicom console, being made up of a cream color and a red color, and not just a typical gray that a GBA cartridge normally has. And as for the game itself, it's Super Mario Bros. What more do you want? Also for the Mario 20th anniversary, there was a Famicom colored Game Boy Micro released, as well as the Happy Mario 20th Super Mario Sound Collection CD, which was included in an issue of Nintendo Dream magazine. Now I didn't pick up this CD for a number of reasons, one being the price, but another reason you'll see why later on in the video. It has songs from the original Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2 being the Lost Levels, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Sunshine. Moving on to the series' 25th anniversary in 2010. This is probably the one that people remember most. It had that red and gold branding, and it was everywhere. The logo was similar to the Happy Mario 20th, but this time it sported a 25. There were special edition Wii's, DSi's. Nintendo was going all out with this. If there was a Nintendo console on the market, they were making it red. One of the releases during this time was actually exclusive to Japan and Australia, and for new Wii owners. You could buy a special red Wii that included a Virtual Console port of the original game, slightly reskinned and known as 25th Anniversary Super Mario Bros. From what I can tell, this is just a ROM of the original Super Mario Bros., but it replaces the question blocks with 25s. On a similar note, some Wii's in Europe also came exclusively bundled with a Donkey Kong Original Edition ROM. This is pretty much just the NES game again, but it has the 50-meter cement level that was in the arcade and not in the NES version. It was also released on the 3DS eShop later on, but we had to get it through Club Nintendo in the States. Also during the 25th anniversary, we got a special Mario drawing song on Flipnote Studio. So this was made to promote a contest that Nintendo was holding where you had to make your own Mario Flipnote for the anniversary. And the music is based on the Special World 8 map theme from Super Mario 3D Land. It's a cute little song, and it's funny because this isn't the last time we're going to hear it. It'll be back for another anniversary later. But the most notable release for the 25th anniversary was Super Mario All-Stars Limited Edition on the Wii. This came out at the end of 2010, and was really just a Super Nintendo ROM on a disc. Funnily enough, it's of the original Super Mario All-Stars and not even the later version that included Super Mario World. So the front of the box sports that red and gold look, and it has the Super Mario Bros. 25th Anniversary logo right above the words Super Mario All-Stars Limited Edition. Now mine's seen some wear and tear over the years, but the side of it is gold, and on the back it says it's Super Mario's 25th anniversary. In 1985, Nintendo released Super Mario Bros. And changed the world of video games forever. Now you can celebrate the history of Mario with this limited edition release featuring 4 classic Mario games and new insights into the series. And then it goes on to explain a little bit more about Super Mario All-Stars, as well as the Super Mario History DVD that's included with it. And if you uncover the little bit of Velcro on the front, you get some bigger art basically explaining what the back of the box said, but it says relive 4 of Mario's greatest adventures and tells you the 4 games you're getting, as well as a little bit about the CD and the art book inside. The game itself comes in a regular white case and has this gold Mario and a top hat on the front, and the disc still has that red and gold aesthetic. And the manual's broken up into each of the different games explaining, tips and tricks. Remember when games used to have manuals? What made this release interesting was the Super Mario History soundtrack CD that was included, and I mentioned before that I didn't pick up the 20th anniversary CD, and that's really just because a lot of these soundtracks that were released for the anniversaries have all the same songs, so there's really no reason. And just flipping through the art book a little bit, this shows every single one of Mario's mainline releases at the time. It's crazy how far we've come in 15 years. So here's some of the art. My book even has some tears on the sides. It's definitely been well loved in its time. 2015 marked the series' 30th anniversary. And while Nintendo didn't quite do as much as they did for the 25th, this was still a blowout. So probably the most famous celebration for Mario's 30th was the release of Super Mario Maker on the Wii U. Finally, after 30 years, Nintendo provided an official way to make your own stages, and this game was something special. I think it worked perfectly on the Wii U and had some kind of magic that the Switch just couldn't provide with Mario Maker 2. Alongside the game, there were 2 special 8-bit Mario amiibo. No manual for the game itself, but it did come in this red case, and in other regions it came in a yellow case to match the game. And the game also included an idea book inside. And the idea book is not quite an art book, but it has some fun ideas you can create in Super Mario Maker. There was a lot of collaborations and merchandise released for the 30th anniversary, and they just tried to make it something special. I mean, hey, this was also the year where we learned that Miyamoto is Bowser Jr.'s mom. Another release for the 30th anniversary was this 30th Anniversary Super Mario Bros. Music compilation CD. Now I got this over other CDs mainly because it includes more of the series' history. I also really just love the aesthetic that they had put out with the timeline of the Mario games. I just think it looks so clean, and hopefully we see something like this for the 40th, but this includes songs from Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Land, Super Mario World, Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, New Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Galaxy, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. 2, New Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario 3D World, and Super Mario Maker. There's a booklet inside that has the track lists and a little bit of information about each game. And at the moment, I just think this is the definitive way if you're trying to listen to any of the Mario music. It's all here in one collection. Now 2020 gave us many things, but one positive that it gave us was the Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary. Now given the situation the world was kind of facing, the special release here was Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And this was a limited Nintendo Switch collection that included Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy all in one package. Now this was released in September of 2020, and they stopped selling it in March of 2021 for reasons that people still don't quite understand, myself included. So the package includes the 3 games as well as a sound player to play the soundtracks for the 3 games. It's pretty cool. As someone who owns a physical copy of this, I just love being able to play these 3 classic Mario games on my Switch whenever and wherever I want. Maybe for 40 we'll get something similar with more games. Just don't make it limited this time. Also for the 35th anniversary, they released a set of pins featuring Mario's poses from each of his main series games. I'm still a little jealous that Japan got an extra pin based on the lost levels, but it's a pretty nice looking collection. You got these through My Nintendo, and I also remember that they were pretty tedious to try and get. The website would go down, you had to fill out certain qualifications. Nintendo really said you gotta earn these pins. We also had Super Mario Bros. 35, which was a 35-player battle royale of the original Super Mario Bros. Gameplay, also shut down in March of 2021. I still miss it. But one of the last major releases for the 35th anniversary that I wanted to talk about is this special Game & Watch. So this is somewhat of a replica of the original Game & Watch devices that Nintendo used to release. So the box has this Mario-style slip cover that when you slip it off reveals just a regular Game & Watch box. It's pretty cool. This time it features 2 ROMs, being Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels, as well as a reskin of the iconic Game & Watch game Ball, but this time it's got Mario's face on it. It's cool, we did get another one for Zelda's anniversary, but I would have liked to see more of these from Nintendo. And being a Game & Watch, too, there's also a clock feature, and this also features the Mario drawing song from the 25th anniversary if you input a special code. It's kind of funny how this stood the test of time. It's definitely a little bit of an earworm for sure. Alright, so those were a bunch of the ways that Nintendo has celebrated the anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Over the years. I think it was pretty fun to look back as we look forward to what they could be planning with the Nintendo Switch 2 and the Super Mario Bros. 40th anniversary later this year. These games were a huge part of my childhood, and I don't see a future where I stop playing them. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please like and subscribe, it really helps me out a lot, and comment down below what your favorite way that Nintendo celebrated Mario has been. Maybe there's something I missed or didn't cover here, because trust me, there's a lot that could have fit into this video. But with all that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.